Good morning, guys. So we are on day 14, I think, right? Today's the 14th. Yes, on day 14 of our 31-day Live on Purpose challenge. And today I really wanted to take some time to kind of talk about self-care, right? There's so many things going on in the news, maybe even in our own lives, maybe struggles that we're going through. And one of the things that has been heavy on my heart and in my mind currently is the situation in Syria, in the town of Aleppo. The images, the videos, they just break my heart. And, you know, I know that this heaviness and this sadness, can kind of permeate our lives, and especially during this holiday season where maybe things are not going so well, right? I had a Facebook friend yesterday who posted a status because her dad recently passed, and she's been having a really hard time dealing with his loss. So, you think about that, you think about it's Christmas time, and she's been feeling very depressed, and so she checked herself into the hospital. Now, I don't personally know her, we're just connected via Facebook, but I thought that it was really brave of her and courageous, for one, posting that on Facebook, and two, that she realized that she needed some help and she checked herself into the hospital. Depression and mental illness is very real. It's something that a lot of us deal with, and not many of us seek the help that we need when we need it. So I was glad to see that she reached out in that way and that she checked herself into the hospital. And then the overwhelming amount of support that she had on that post. I mean, she had over 100 something comments and messages, and so I think that it's important for us to realize, right, when we're not taking care of ourselves, and then assess that and then get the appropriate care that we need. And sometimes I know that for me, social media can become overwhelming sometimes. And when I see things like the situation in Syria, when I see those images, when I see those videos, the same, with the killings of the unarmed people of color, for a time, it was just becoming too much for me, and I had to disconnect, from social media just for my own well-being, you know. So that's really what I want us to focus on today, right? For today's challenge, I want you all to think about how you practice self-care, right? What is it that you do for yourself to make sure that you're emotionally, mentally, physically well, right? Because part of living a purposeful life, part of living an intentional life, is also making sure that we're healthy, right? And that we're taking care of ourselves. And a lot of times we neglect our needs, we neglect our health because we're busy taking care of everyone else around us, right? I was on the subway the other day, and I just started talking to this woman, and she was telling me how a couple of years ago she ended up in the hospital with pneumonia and a collapsed lung, because she never went to the doctor to check herself out, right? And she was saying that a part of that was due to the fact that she never takes sick days because she has to save her sick days for when her children get sick, right? So I want you to think about that. And I understand sometimes our jobs don't allow us, right, to take those sick days, because if we're sick and we don't go to work, then we don't get paid, right? And we have to make sure that our rent is being paid. We have to make sure we have food on our table. But what I need you to remember is that if you neglect your health, right, and you don't take care of yourself, eventually your body is going to break down, right? And then you may need to be out of work way longer than that one day or the couple of hours it's going to take you to go to the doctor. So just keep that in mind. You have to be your best self, physically, mentally, emotionally, in order to be of any help to anyone, to your children, to your family, to your job. So today I want you to think about how you take care of yourself, right? And take some time today or over the weekend to do something just for you. Maybe it's just taking a much needed, break, 30 minutes. Maybe it's disconnecting from social media for a couple of days. Maybe it's treating yourself to a nice dinner. Maybe getting that mani and pedi you've been needing but haven't, gotten for whatever reason. But just take care of yourself. You know what it is that you need, and I'm asking you to challenge yourself to do that. Even though it may seem difficult, you have to remember that you have to put yourself first. Okay, you have to be well, and I want you to be well. I want you to be healthy. I want you to be happy. I want you to thrive, and I want you to live your best life. All right, so till tomorrow, have a wonderful day. I would love to hear, how it is you're going to be doing this self-care. So please put it in my comments, and continue to follow me on this journey. I'm doing it for myself. I'm doing it for all of you. And hopefully by the end of these 31 days, you would have realized new things about yourself, and you would have set in motion a more purposeful and intentional way of living. Okay? Till next time, babies. Bye.